So I went to Willi B's last night, a black-owned restaurant in Nashville, Tennessee. And so when you Google Willi B's, it's fine dining. But when you look online, Willi B's, this is the view they give you. This is the view they give you to show you um, Willi B's. Now was this is a black neighborhood. It was purchased by a white person, and they had so you cannot park on the lawn. It used to be you can park on the lawn before those people moved in and took it. So there's really no parking for this location. Looking up and down the street. But last night I had a problem, which I had parked on this road before because this is the only parking. So I see it's like handicap signs, and I have a handicap sign on my car. So I parked in front of this house, and I did have a drink. So last time I had a drink, I slept there all night. So I wouldn't be drinking and driving, and I was in my RV. Last night, this black guy came and beat on my car window so hard, I was pissed off. And I was like, what you beating on my door like that for? And he said, this is my parking lot, so this is handicap parking. I have a handicap sticker. He said, this is for my house. And this whole thing, you see these cones. So my thing is, okay, I see now there's a handicap person house right there. But he knows that restaurant, and it was packed. The whole street was lined up last night. And it was some woman on the street. Y'all got to stop doing this. It's a black-owned restaurant. So y'all don't want them to get business. Y'all don't want this guy. He got a really nice, this is showing the old location. This is Google Maps showing the old location before it has been remodeled. But it still has no parking. And so when I went outside, when I left that area, I was still pissed off because that guy had beat on my window like that. I mean, had been, I had a gun and he had a gun, we probably would have shot each other. It was just that stupid. You know what I'm saying? But that's a black-owned place right there. It's still no parking for us. You see what I'm saying? It's what kind of pissed me off. But what pissed me off, too, is across the street, this pizza place is black-owned. They had tow trucks out there. Now, they actually do have a parking lot. But I guess instead of saying, hey, y'all can park over here, y'all can pay us $5 or whatever, they had a tow truck sitting out here, so you cannot park over there. But the bad part is, all of this is black-owned. You mean tell me y'all can't have a conversation, or y'all so competitive and upset that you can't let black people park in a black-owned? You know what I'm saying? It's just really ridiculous how these black people are acting and trying to prohibit each other from making money, jealous of each other. Somebody might be doing better than the other one. It's just ridiculous. And I did not like how I was treated. But it's same thing happened to me when I went to Florida to eat at Trick Daddy's restaurant. That's Sunday's Eatery. The line was long. I went from Tennessee. I live in Tennessee. I went to Florida just to eat his fried crabs. They were good. Had cornbread, some blue Kool-Aid, But this is another black-owned restaurant that don't have no parking. The city know what they doing. They sell us these places not having any parking. So when I turned down this road right here, the person in this house right here on the corner, she came out her house all ghetto. You ain't parking in front of my house. A black person. Had she been smart, she could have been charging $5, park and leave. But she wanted to act stupid and ignorant. You can't park here. So I ended up going down this road, and I found a store. And I went inside trying to be polite, nice person. I said, can I park here? And the people told me no. And I was like, well, if I buy something, can I park here? And they was like, no. So I went outside. There was some black people sitting outside. And I was like, can y'all watch my truck? And one guy said $5. But then the other guy said, nah, man, don't do that. You got it, ma'am. Go ahead. You can even park at my house. And I was like, I'm not finna park out at nobody's house in my mind. So anyway, I went ahead, got in line, got my food. But it's another place where black people don't have any parking. So why are we settling for these areas that the cities are giving us? We should do better and demand better that we have parking, because what they want us to do is to argue, fight, be upset, and kill over space. And that shouldn't be the case. These people should stop buying locations that don't have the adequate provisions. Now, Google needs to update, because all this is older, but it was a tall building made similar to that light building. It's where Dave's cheesesteak is right on the corner. No parking. And the city was out there. I went early when it opened because I didn't want to be in line all day. So the city was out there handing out tickets, knowing people didn't have any place to park. And like I said, I have a handicap ticket, so I can park almost anywhere legally for 1 or 2 hours. So I got there before it opened. I think I was there like 30 minutes. And I was traveling to Atlanta from Tennessee, so I was in my RV and I was able to get comfortable. But what about the people who just want food in the city, and they can't get there early, or they want lunch and they want to support a black-owned business? It's no parking, and then they'll come out there and give you a ticket or have you towed. That's ridiculous. So they're trying to make it difficult for us to support these black-owned businesses. The same thing was at Slutty Vegan when I went to Atlanta. It was people all the way down the street. It was no place to park. Now, this is showing me a different location from where I was, because I actually parked at a store down the street from the first Slutty Vegans. And it was a long line because I didn't get... Well, I got there too early. And then I left and came back because they was like, okay, we don't open until... I can't remember what time I think 11. And when I got back, the line was long. So that's how I know now to get there early and stay in my RV. I went there the first time in my Jeep. And so it was a long line. And I told the first people in line, I was like, hi, I'm from Tennessee. I'm going to buy your food. Can I get in line? And they were like, yeah, you can get in line. So I'm thinking a burger place, they was probably, $10? Those burgers were like $20. So, the meal. So I ended up spending $60, but at least I didn't have to stand in the line. When I say people, it was like 50 people in the line already by the time I left and came back. But yeah, you see where this is located? This is ridiculous. The restaurant is on this corner. There is no parking, and the people don't want you to park in front of their houses. So why are they even able to rent or sell a building that has no parking? That should be illegal. A restaurant for people to get food? That's ridiculous. If you're going to buy a restaurant and you care about people and not just making money, or if you want to continue to make money, please make it so that people can park somewhere. You see, this thing said no parking, but there's a full-blown restaurant right here. So what do you mean no parking? You see how the city are treating us? You see what we are allowing to happen? This makes no sense. You go try to have a nice time and you have a ticket or you are towed. But this is where I parked at when I went to Slutty Vegans. I parked in this parking lot right here. And I walked. But we're going to have to put our heads together and Stop purchasing and fixing up these old buildings. Like Willie B's, he put a lot of money into the old area and made it look better, you know. And Slutty Vegan, she put a lot of money in her building. Trick Daddy they are putting so much of their money, their time, creativity in spaces that they shouldn't be. Like, buy something new, some new construction with some parking.